causing this new moon in Cancer to not be super cute, but rather be a challenging one. And that's the fact that Pluto, planet the life coach that's here to destroy, directly opposite the sun and opposite the moon at 29 degrees of Capricorn. Welcome back, Astro fam. It's me, Mandy Rose, your relational astrologer. Today's video, we are talking about the new moon in Cancer, which is traditionally one of my favorite new moons of the entire year because I'm personally a Cancer moon. But this year, the cosmos has other plans. This new moon in 2023 is not looking cute at all. There's a lot of challenging aspects in the sky. There's a major astro weather event coinciding with this new moon. And there's going to be a lot of shifts and breakdowns in the way in which we're deciding to move towards the next chapter of our life, move towards the future. And that is going to force us into creating our own sense of safety, security, and comfort, and no longer relying on others, the government, or society, but rather going within to finding our own way of nurturing our souls. So we're going to talk all about that in this video. What are all the life coach planets up to, guiding us and moving us through this energy? And like I do at the end of all of my new and full moon videos, I will give you some rituals and activities that you can do around the time of this new moon to maximize this energy and to flow through this cosmic shift with ease. I'm holding this mic because today I don't really have a cute place to clip it to, so we are going to bear with it, get through it. Let's just start out with the basics. This new moon in Cancer is happening on July 17th at 2:32 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so you're going to want to go ahead and adjust that for your time zone. That is when the moon is exactly new, meaning it's the darkest in the sky that it can be. And from that moment forward, we will be gaining light. That's why new moons are optimal times to set new intentions, start new projects, manifest things, because we are now growing in light, growing in possibilities. So just keep that in mind. Anytime we talk about a new moon, it is the point in the lunar cycle where we now can only grow and go up from here. Now, if you have your birth chart handy, you're going to want to go ahead, look at it, and see if you have any planets in the zodiac energy of Cancer. And if you do, are they near 24 degrees of Cancer? We'll pull up the chart here. We see that the sun and the moon are both at 24 degrees. This is where this lunation is happening. And there's a major cardinal cross energy going on in the sky. So you're also going to want to look in your birth chart and see if you have any planets around 24 to 29 degrees of Aries, Libra, Cancer, or Capricorn. If you do, this lunation is going to affect you the most. And we'll talk more about that when we get into the specifics. But before we do that, we have to first understand what is Cancer energy, right? To truly understand when we have a new moon in Cancer every single year, what is this zodiac energy, this season, the vibe, the lens that we're feeling this new moon through. So Cancer is a water energy. Anytime we deal with water, we deal with emotions, intuition, being sensitive, going with the flow, empathy and compassion. The symbol for Cancer is the mother. So I want you to think of this as an energy that's very safe and secure. It's nurturing, it's protective, it's like a supportive caretaker energy. Cancer is represented by the crab. So the crab carries its home, its shell on its back, and it goes out into the world to explore. But anytime it feels unsafe, it goes back within its shell. So when we deal with the Cancer energy, we're dealing with things that are around the energy of privacy, protection, safety, and security. Cancer also is a water energy that feels the emotions of the past. It's very nostalgic. It deals a lot with our ancestry, our DNA, childhood emotions, and the family that we grew up with. So Cancer really rules over the areas of life of family, the family that we had when we were young, the family that we create in our later years. And it deals a lot with our home environment because home is where we go to feel safe and secure and comforted. It's also a place where we can feel our emotions and we feel like it's okay to express the way in which we're feeling. Cancer also comes along with a very intuitive energy. Anytime we deal with water signs, it's intuitive, but the Cancer intuition comes through the gut. So it's like one of those gut feelings. It's very primal, like you just kind of know right here in this energetic center, your solar plexus, that something is off. And so when we're in Cancer season, we are feeling through things through trusting our intuition and our gut feelings. So with that being said, when we have a new moon in Cancer, it's a new opportunity, a new beginning to feel our emotions, to tap into our intuition, to go with the flow. Cancer also is a feminine energy. So it really is about receiving and allowing and getting support and nurturing yourself. And so new moons in Cancer are a great time to add and incorporate this energy into your life. It's also a great time to set a new intention around your home life. Are you wanting to clear the clutter out of your home? Are you wanting to move homes? Are you wanting to renovate your home? Are you wanting to create a safe space or a sanctuary energy within your home? New moon in Cancers every year is a great time to start these projects and to put this energy into motion within your personal life. Now, like I mentioned, this year in 2023, this new moon in Cancer is not as cute, not as soft, not as sensitive as it normally is. And that's due to the fact that we have a lot of astrological challenges going on in the sky that's coinciding with this new moon in Cancer. So let's kind of go through the themes of what we're supposed to be learning during this new moon, the energetic shift that's happening in the cosmos around this time, before we even get into the chart and the specifics. So first things first, we have to understand that on the day of this new moon, we are having a nodal shift. When we have a nodal shift, this happens every 18 to 19 months. This does not happen very often, and it deals with the nodes of destiny. So the North Node is our node of destiny, the path that we are meant to go on. And then we have our South Node, which is the South Node of karma. So it's the past, and it's what we're leaving behind. Anytime we talk about the nodes in astrology, we are talking about the ecliptic points, meaning they are the points in space that when the sun, the earth, and the moon line up just right, we will experience an eclipse here on Earth. And astrologically speaking, we have free will, unless we're in an eclipse portal or an eclipse energy, because eclipses deal with the nodes of destiny and the nodes of fate. And so when we talk about the nodes, we are talking about a energy that is kind of set into motion for us. It deals with external circumstances that happen around us that cause us to take a new direction, to make a decision, to move in a new way in our life that's in alignment with our destiny, or that's cutting karma and clearing the past and releasing what no longer serves us. So, bringing it back to this new moon in Cancer, this new moon in Cancer happens on July 17th, 2023, and that is the exact same day that the nodes shift out of Taurus and Scorpio into Aries and Libra. Now, this is so important because, like I mentioned, this happens once every 19 months. And the day that this node is shifting is also the day of the new moon in Cancer. That gives us a huge message, right? If new moon in Cancers are times for us to have new beginnings in our feminine aspect, in our intuition, in expressing our feelings and allowing ourselves to feel our feelings, in creating our own protection and safety and security and nurturing ourselves, that is going to then be in alignment. Whatever we set into motion in this new energy of Cancer is going to be in alignment with our destiny, North Node, and it's going to help clear our past and our old tendencies, the South Node. So it's a theme that's all happening at once that's going to move us into the next chapter. Now, the North Node moving into the zodiac energy of Aries is our North Star, right? So we are going in that direction of energy. And Aries deals with the toddler under 7. It's a little selfish, it's a little bold, it's extra confident, it follows its passions. And I want you to really think how a toddler under 7 behaves and acts, because that's what we all need to incorporate more into our life. I'm calling it the main character energy era, because that's essentially what we're needing to embrace and embody. And especially when we're talking about the Cancer energy of nurturing and protection and safety and intuition, we need to really be in our main character energy, prioritizing ourself, self-care, nurturing ourselves first and foremost. We have to create our own sense of safety, security, and protection. We cannot rely on the government or our neighbors or our parents or even our spouse. We have to take that self-responsibility and self-accountability. And this Aries energy, the North Node moving into Aries for the next 18 months, is going to allow us to put ourselves first, to speak up for our needs, to really actually figure out what do we want and what do we desire and how do we take action and move forward forward in that direction. So a lot to do with the nodes changing signs coinciding with this new moon in Cancer. Now, not only are the nodes shifting on the exact same day of this new moon, but they are also in a square to the new moon. So let's dive into all of that by pulling up the chart. Let's get into the specifics. We see that the new moon is happening at 24 degrees of Cancer. We mentioned that earlier. So we locate that here on the chart. But what we're seeing is that the nodes of destiny, as they move out of Taurus and Scorpio, they move backwards in the chart. So they actually move from 0 degrees back to 29 degrees of Aries and Libra. And since 29 degrees of Aries and Libra is within a 5-degree orb of 24 degrees of Cancer, that creates a square in the sky. And what we know about astrology is anytime there are squares, there are tension points, because we feel the tension here on Earth with one planet coming in this direction and the other planet coming in a 90-degree angle. And we're at the point here on Earth. And squares cause change. They force us to take action because we're feeling energies from two different angles, and they're opposing energies with different vibes. And we're having to figure out which path we're going to take, which decision needs to be made. And so because the new moon is in a square to the north node, and the north node is opposite the south node, always in astrology in the sky, it creates a double square. So it's a T-square. That is us following this new moon energy, stepping into Cancer, making a decision, feeling the tension, and moving towards the path of our destiny, of what is meant for us, Aries, main character, prioritizing the self, creating your own safety, security, and comfort, all the things that I mentioned. Now, how do we do that? We have to release, we have to let go, we have to clear space. Sometimes we have to cut karma. So we look to the south node. The south node is in Libra. So we're going to go on an 18-month journey of the nodes in Aries and Libra, where we're going to have to release and let go of the lower vibrations of Libra, right? Codependency, people pleasing, worrying about others, trying to keep the peace, creating harmony, being unopinionated or passive aggressive, or all those lower vibrations of the energy of Libra. We got to let it go, and we got to step into Aries boldness, taking action, following our own desires. Now, in addition to that, we notice in the sky here that we have another key player that is causing this new moon in Cancer to not be super cute, but rather be a challenging one. And that's the fact that Pluto, god of the underworld, the planet, the life coach that's here to destroy, that's here to reveal secrets, that's here to expose things that's hidden below the surface that we need to see, that we need to process, that we need to heal so that we can plant fresh flowers in the dirt, so we can build things new. It is the energy of death and rebirth and creating something that is more beautiful than what exists currently. And so we can see here from the chart that Pluto is directly opposite the sun and opposite the moon at 29 degrees of Capricorn. And since Pluto is at 29 degrees of Capricorn and the nodes on the same day have moved from 0 degrees to 29 degrees of Aries and Libra, that creates another T-square in the opposite direction, overall creating what we call a cross. It is all in cardinal energies, so technically it's a cardinal cross. It's a whole technicality in astrology, but we're just going to go with it for the sake of this video. So what does this mean? Well, Pluto is here to transform. Pluto is here to reveal. Pluto is here to do the most to move us forward, because this is a lot of squares, a lot of tension points, and Pluto wants to break down, wants to crumble, wants to destroy. So that plays into this energy of sometimes to create this new beginning, to tap into our feminine, to tap into our intuition, to prioritize our own wants and needs, to create our own safety and security and comfort. Sometimes things in our life have to be destroyed or revealed in order to move forward. So this could essentially look like, let me give you an example, is you are in a marriage and maybe you don't have your own credit cards, maybe you don't have your own bank account, maybe you just rely on your partner or your spouse to take care of you, and it's always been that way. And now you're going into your main character era, and now you're wanting to provide for yourself. You're wanting to meet your own needs. You're wanting to make sure that you have your own sense of safety, security, and comfort. Okay, so you're moving towards your north node in Aries energy. Perfect, great. What you're releasing and letting go is the fact that you've been pleasing your husband, you've been relying on your husband, you've been allowing things, right? You've been passive aggressive. You've just been kind of trying to keep the peace within the family by allowing this dynamic to continue. But now Pluto is saying, no more. Time to destroy it, time to break it down. It doesn't work anymore. That's the old way. It worked before. That's great. But it's time to crumble that dynamic and for you to now rebuild a new way of maybe also providing for the family. Maybe it's just getting your own credit card. Maybe it's having a safety net. Maybe it's creating now a prenup, even though you're married, but you want to like have some sort of safety, security, and comfort. Maybe it's going out and actually officially filling out your wills. Maybe it's going out and creating some sort of financial documentation that makes you feel safe and secure if anything were to ever happen. It's real world stuff that's happening that's shifting and changing the way in which we feel more safe, secure, and comforted without the reliance of others. Now, Capricorn, where Pluto is, deals with government, structures, institutions, people in power, people in authority. So collectively in society, we're going to see more feminine energy, Cancer, new energy, following our intuition, feeling that gut feeling, making decisions that's in our best interest and no longer based on the opinions of society and the opinions of others. And Pluto is going to reveal some secrets, reveal some things in society that have been hidden below the surface and we're having to face and we're having to step into our intuition. So that is two different examples of how this energy could play out. Now, depending on your unique birth chart, that is going to depict where in your life this is actually playing out. So if you are a Aries rising, Libra rising, Cancer rising, or Capricorn rising, this energy is happening in your major houses. These are the houses of home and family, career, relationships, and your own identity and your personal self. So good luck to you. I'm sending you a lot of love and light for this new moon. And for the rest of us, we're all going to be feeling it as well. Not only in our unique birth chart in these areas of life that pertain to us, but we're going to feel it in society with the example like I just mentioned earlier. Now, I want to go back to the chart and just bring up a few things that we need to pay attention to over the course of the few days after this new moon, because we see the moon at 24 degrees. So it's not exact opposite Pluto yet. But within 8 hours after this new moon, so this new moon is at 2:32 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and by 10 p.m. at night, the moon will be exact Pluto. So the moon is our intuition, the moon is our emotion. So you could have some sort of emotional breakdown, an emotional feeling, a gut instinct, something going on the evening of this new moon that is going to bring you information, that's going to help you make a decision towards that north node. Now, 5 days later, as the sun is at 24 degrees on the day of this new moon, and the sun moves 1 degree per day. So up to July 22nd, the sun will be inching closer day by day to the exact opposition of Pluto at 29 degrees of Cancer. We're going to feel the sun growing in heat, growing in life, growing in vitality, moving closer and closer to Pluto. The sun illuminates, the sun highlights. It's a spotlight, right? We can see everything clearly when the sun is involved. So it may take 5 days for us to actually see the situation for what it is, the breakdown, the crumble, the destruction for what it is, the secrets revealed for what they are, and then take action. So just pay attention, that is kind of creeping in, and we're not just going to feel it on the 17th. We're going to feel it leading up to the 17th, and we're going to feel it up to 5 days after. So a lot of potent energy in the sky. Now, I usually talk about the ruler of the new moon or the full moon because that gives us more of a flavor what the ruling planet of the lunation is doing. But for Cancer, the ruling planet of Cancer is the moon. So the ruler of this moon is directly involved with the opposition of Pluto, the squares to the nodes, and that's why this whole energy is turned up even one more notch, because the ruler of the new moon is directly involved with all of this chaos. So that's a lot and kind of the primary thing going on, but there's also a couple other aspects in the sky that we have to just pay attention to and recognize are coinciding with this new moon energy. So the first one being Mars and Saturn. Mars and Saturn at the time of this new moon with this major double T-square going on are in oppositions. And anytime planets are in oppositions, they are in opposite energies of the sky, opposite perspectives. Mars is currently in Virgo and Saturn is in Pisces. retrograde. Now, Mars is the masculine wanting to take action. It's our energy of moving forward. And as Mars is in Virgo, which is a very critical, perfectionistic, solving problems, analyzing things, finding the cracks, detail oriented energy, we're wanting to nag, we're wanting to critique, we're wanting to perfect. And Saturn across the sky is like, hold up, right? Saturn is our tough love dad. It's the disciplinarian energy. And it's like, hold up, you can't move forward with that. You have to go back. He's retrograde. And you have to look at what's going on behind the scenes because Saturn's in Pisces. So we can't take things for surface value as to why they're not perfect or why they need adjustment or why they need critiquing, because there's more information to find out. Now, this is an aspect that only happens once every 2 years. So Mars opposing Saturn is like wanting to hit the gas, make a decision, take action based on the details, based on the facts. And Saturn's like, slamming the brakes. No, 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 don't go yet. So just be careful. There's going to be some impulsive action you might want to take, but there's more to the story. There's more information that you have to gather. Now, in addition to that, we have to remember that Venus is about to go retrograde. Within 5 days, on July 22nd, Venus is going to back up in the sky. And at the time of this new moon, she's already at 28 degrees. She's not moving from this place. This is her end point before she retrogrades. So Venus ruling over our money, our relationships, our creative projects, our physical aesthetics, our fashion, our beauty, things like that. Those things are what we're going to have to do over. So if those are areas of your life that are coming up around the time of this new moon that Pluto may want to destroy or to crumble, or maybe you're having to shift into a new direction, a new fate, a new destiny, or cut some karma out of your life in relationships, maybe a financial investment, a financial decision, a purchase you want to make, around your material possessions, anything that Venus rules, you want to be careful because there's going to be some retrograding, some redoing, revaluing, reprioritizing, looking at it again as Venus retrogrades. So just pay attention, that is coming in hot. It happens also on the same day that the sun opposes Pluto at 29 degrees of Cancer and then enters at 0 degrees of Leo. So the day the sun moves into the Leo is the same day that Venus is going to go retrograde. So there's just a lot going on in the sky this week around this new moon in Cancer. So just brace for this energy. Allow yourself some grace and patience and go back to what Cancer represents. Go into your feminine, go into your intuition, allow yourself to go with the flow, allow yourself to receive the information. This is not a time to be in our masculine energy. Even Mars in the sky is opposed to Saturn, who's like, slow down, don't hit the gas, don't be impulsive, don't be reckless, don't make an instant decision. Saturn's opposing the masculine in the sky. And so we have to go back to receiving, allowing, being in the flow, getting the message, getting the information, going within, trusting your intuition, figuring out the energetics of the situation, and then moving forward after we have all the information that we need. So this is not a time to change your whole life. This is a time to recognize what needs to be destroyed and changed in your life. Okay, the new moon is just the beginning of the cycle. We do not have a full moon in Cancer until the end of the year. Okay, so the last lunation of 2023 is a full moon in Cancer. And that is whatever is beginning now, whatever revelation, whatever destruction, whatever change is happening will play out for the next 6 months. So there's nothing to rush here. So with that, I'm going to leave you with 3 rituals and activities that you can do around the time of this new moon to harmonize this energy, to roll with it, and to maximize moving forward in your life. So the first things first, we are dealing with Cancer energy. So I want you to create a safe space within your home. If you do not have a place that you call your sanctuary, it's a place that you can run and hide, get away from the kids, get away from your partner. Maybe you live alone, but you don't have like a dedicated space to go journal or meditate. Maybe you set up a little altar. Maybe you make it like a cute little corner in your room with your favorite blanket, a place that every time you're feeling discomfort, confusion, you're feeling lost, you need answers, you go to that place. That is your energetic safe space, like the crab shell. You want to be able to have a place to go to. So create that around the time of this new moon. That will support you during this energy and long after with all the other astrological shifts going on. The second thing I would do around the time of this new moon to harmonize with this energy, since we're dealing with Cancer, water energy, go to the water, go to the beach, go swimming, take a saltwater bath. If you don't have a bathtub, take an extra long shower and just pamper yourself, get really hydrated. Water, water, water. The more flow and water you can incorporate into your physical vessel and into your soul, the more that you will flow and tap into the feminine energy of the new moon in Cancer. The third and final thing I would do around the time of this new moon is to tap into your intuition. If you are someone that is very intuitive and you are connected with yourself, this is a beautiful time to dive into your way of connecting to the divine. That could be pulling tarot cards or oracle cards. It could be using a pendulum. That could be journaling or writing, whatever you do. For me, it's astrology, reading astrology, listening to astrology, getting the messages from the planets. That's how I tap into God and source, whatever that looks like for you. If you don't have it, start practicing. Start learning how to tap into your intuition. Balance your chakras, balance your aura, go to a healer or a medium or someone that can help you tap into your intuition. It's going to serve you so well. And this is a new chapter, a new journey that you can go on around the time of this new moon. That's all I have for you today. If you need more assistance and guidance understanding the current astro weather, you can grab your copy of the 2023 Astrology Retrograde Journal. On page 53 is the new moon in Cancer page. In here, I not only give you the energy that you're going to be experiencing at this time, but I also give you the chakras, the herbs, the crystals that you can use to work with this energy. You have your journal prompts to fill out, and you also have a moon ritual that you can perform. You'll see here as well, there is the Leo sun season, the Venus retrograde, and all the other major astro weather events happening in the month of July that you can use and fill out the journal prompts. Also, don't forget, I have a full July astro weather forecast here on this channel, so you can go through each planet one by one, figuring out what they're up to for the entire month of July. But the best part of those videos that I do is I do a calendar date by date breakdown. So if you have any major events happening in the month of July, you can go check it out in that video, see what energy you can anticipate around that time. And in addition, if you're needing more assistance with your own personal unique birth chart, maybe this energy is impacting you and you're having to make a decision and you're wanting to do an astro forecast reading, you can book all of that in the description box below by heading to my calendar link. Just know that I'm on vacation until August 18th. And I'm just honoring my own unique birth chart and my current astro weather. So I will be taking readings again after the 20th of August. So with this new moon in Cancer, I'm going to send you a lot of love and light. I hope you get through it with ease. I hope you tap into your feminine and allow yourself to receive. Trust your intuition, trust that gut feeling, and allow the breakdowns to happen, because I promise the flowers that bloom after this are going to be absolutely beautiful and more in alignment with your North Node, your main character energy in that Aries fire. So with love and light, I will catch you in the next video.